Hello YouTube, this is a quick channel introduction video to my channel House of Firebelly Toads. My name is Julian, I'm 30 years old and I live in Austria. And as the name of the channel suggests, this channel is going to be about firebelly toads, the genus Bombina, but not only the basic oriental firebelly toads, but also other species of this genus, like Bombina maxima, the giant firebelly toad, yellow-bellied toad, Bombina variegata, Bombina, European firebelly toads. And my plans for the channel are to clear up some misunderstandings, because a lot of people, not out of ignorance or something, but a lot of people think they are toads because of the name, and this is something misleading. They are actually, in my German native language, I think everyone can hear this based on my accent, they are called Unken, and Unken basically are something in between frogs and toads. There's a big difference between frogs and toads, and Unken, or firebelly toads, I think the name is very misleading, are something in between. So physically they look like toads, but they also have the special looking bellies, which is, based on my knowledge, there are no other frogs or toads which have bellies like that are this astounding and beautiful like firebelly toads. So yes, this is one special thing about them, and also they are a water-bound species. Basically all of this genus is more near water, they need it. Unlike toads, which can survive in drier areas and only enter the water for breeding. So yes, I wanted to make a lot of videos about my experiences with them. I breed firebelly toads since I'm 30 years old, by the way. I don't know if I already said that. I breed this species, especially the oriental firebelly toad, Bombina orientalis, since when I was 14 years old. Yes, and it all started when I was like 10 years old. My father, basically it started even earlier. When I was like 5 years old, I was already interested in frogs and amphibians and always looking for life inside a pond or in lakes or rivers. And yes, when I was like 10, my father took me to the national park Donauauen in Vienna, and he showed me European firebelly toad, Bombina, which was in a little small puddle filled with water, and I wasn't able to see it at first because they camouflage. Their backside looks basically like mud, so you can't see them easily. But my father had the eye for this, and he caught it and showed me the underside of the belly. And since that moment, I was so amazed by firebelly toads and how their belly looks. And when I was 10 years old, this had a pretty strong effect on me. I thought these are mythical creatures, and I was hooked since that day. And after that hike, I told my father I wanted to keep those frogs, but unfortunately the European firebelly toads were not available at the time, and you would need a license for that. So the next best thing my father got me was, I think on my 11th birthday, when I turned 11, was a pair of Bombina orientalis, the oriental firebelly toad. And yes, of course, I was just 11 years old, and I Was so happy about them. They were bright green on the upper, on the back side, and on the belly, a deep red coloration. And of course, I was very young and made a lot of mistakes. I kept them like toads. It was like, I don't know how to say it in gallons. It was a tank terrarium. I don't know if English people say it like this. It was a tank with doors like this. And it was basically way too small. It was like this, and I had I ended up with 5 frogs, 5 fireberry toads inside of the tank. And yes, I kept them on soil, and they were always stressed out and jumped around, and basically they looked like they were scared and wanted to get out of the tank. But I was just 11 years old. I didn't know anything about them, so I thought they were okay. And later on I added too much water to the substrate, and it molded, and unfortunately like 3 of my toads died. And then I only had 1, and my father checked out carrying information about them and told me it was wrong to keep them on soil. And since that I created tanks more with water. And yes, I think there are still a lot of problems in the caring of firebelly toads, and way too little people keep them and spread proper information about them. There you can find like millions of videos about dart frogs. I don't lash out on dart frog breeders. I like them too, but I think it's already, everybody knows already how to keep those. And yeah, there is a lot of experience I have with those frogs or toads, firebelly toads, Unken, I can share with you guys. And this is what I want to do. I still have a lot of passion for those frogs. I want to show other tutorials, how to keep other species like the giant firebelly toad, for example, which is actually one of my favorites, next to Bombina bombina, European firebelly toad, which was the first toad I saw when I was 10 years old. And yeah, I'm not that comfortable yet with filming myself, but I think I will get used to it. I hope my English is not the worst, and I'm looking forward to introduce you to my paradise for firebelly toads and show you how I do it. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I can show a lot of things, I guess. Hibernation, breeding, proper nutrition for them, and even I want to make, the next video I wanted to make was about the misconception about yellow belly toads and firebelly toads, because there are a lot of people who just keep the basic oriental firebelly toad, but their specimens haven't got enough carotenoids or carotenes, I don't know how to say it exactly, which could turn the belly red. So they have specimens that have a yellow belly, and they believe it's the European yellow belly toad, Bombina variegata. And I wanted to show videos about how to do that, how to turn their bellies red, which is also a way to tell what species you have, because the European yellow belly toad, as the name implies, can't turn red. They are always yellow. So if you have a specimen which cannot turn red or orange, is 100% yellow belly toad, European yellow belly toad, Bombina variegata, or even a hybrid, which is also a problem in the breeding, because people can't tell the difference. And hybrids, especially intercontinental hybrids, are a problem. And I think they can fuck up excuse my bad words, they can fuck up the population and cause further problems in future, because I read a lot about firebelly toads, and genus in general. And the problem with hybrids is that the female hybrids are fertile, whilst the male hybrids are sterile, so they can't produce sperm that works, and this could be a problem in the further generation. So I think there's a lot of stuff which should be cleared. And yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys look forward with the same passion like I have, and we will see us in the next video. Bye!